So, I realized, like, 2 minutes left of my intro that I had no water or any drinks. I was just like, run upstairs. Good thing I had already, like, put the kettle on, so, like, the water was already hot and just waiting for me to use it. But I was like, rush, let's get up there before the timing finishes. I did it though. I arrived back with like 40 seconds. I was like, yes, I'm still here in time. And if I wanted to, I didn't have to tell you guys that I was so poorly planned. But I did. Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing fantastic. Thursday. Finally, it's Thursday. No more Critical Role. Yay! Sorry, just trying to mess up these gloves. Now that I've been airbrushing a whole lot more, it basically means like I've been throwing out gloves because they just get really, really covered in like paint. So I'm trying to not throw away the ones that I use just for like 1 day painting session, because that just seems silly. T-Bone! How's it going today? It's going quite well. I was reading some of the Walt Disney Fine Art lectures, which was very interesting. His last name is really hard for me to pronounce, but man, he knows how to just frame stuff. Thank you, Ghosted Wolf. Oh, yeah, no, T-Bone, I finished the episode like 2 days ago. So it's just like, I want it now. So yeah, no, I get that. I totally understand. But yeah, so I forget where I was going. I forgot what I was talking about. But either way, moving on because I'm forgetful. Hey, Katie! Hi, how are you doing? Let's see here. We have our wings. We have her booty to paint up on. Apparently, I did not have any YouTube playlist set up, so just give me a second to throw onto there. We are going to go with this one. Is it this one? And yeah. And then per se randomize, and we're doing good. I'm doing quite well. Oh right, I was reading the Disney lectures because I want to get in like doing more 3D modeling, and I'm still very much a beginner at that. So it was suggested to like read these 2 novels, and one of them arrived yesterday, and at first I thought, like, just because, I did the wrong thing of judging a book by its cover. I thought the first book was on, like, human figure study, and the second one was on animal figure study, so I went with the second one. No, they're just book 1, book 2. So, I was reading those this morning, and it was just very interesting to read that another person's perspective on said books and like figure study and things like that. So it was a really good read. I really enjoyed it. I haven't at all come close to finishing it, but it's just like it was still like I got through like the first 4 lectures of it before my cat put me to sleep because she decided that she wanted to also sleep on me. So I can only defend myself so much. But yeah. So we're gonna just smoothen down these transitions of these spikes here. Since I put these ones similar to how I painted the teeth, and I just realized that everything is really blurry, so I am super duper sorry. I thought I had it all set up, but clearly I'm tired today. Okay. Looks good. Alright. But yeah, with 3D modeling, it was like suggested to read these just to kind of get a good perspective on understanding figures and how to express them, and especially in a cartoon environment, like how to exaggerating poses and how you should try to think about it to exaggerate the poses correctly. So those are kind of a really fascinating concept, just because I've never really been good at caricatures. So it's interesting reading how somebody like Walt Disney was able to create these exaggerated exclamations through comics, but it all comes down to figure study. So I count reading these as part of work, since I'm trying to improve upon a skill that I'm not improving or haven't really improved upon yet, so no time wasted, all time good. Oh yeah, how's everyone else doing today? Alright. And I think there's actually one right in here, so we're just going to paint that in, just beginning. It's really dark and really kind of like covered up, so. Oh, and we watched Ready Player One last night, which was really cool. Definitely very different from the book. Starting on the Vulture Demon! Yay! Oh, that's awesome! I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with it. Shoot. No! No! Darn it. It tainted the white, but it shouldn't be that bright anyways. I'm just brightening them up, and then I'll probably use the blacker again to bring it down. Yay! The weekend's finished! Ah, cool. So, as you guys have probably noticed, the rocks around her has not been at all painted. Hey, Mort! How's it going? That's mainly because I want to paint all the base in the exact same colors at the exact same time, just because I find that sometimes I lose track of my exact rhythm. So I want to make sure that I don't lose track of that. And so it's all going to be done at the same time. It's going well here. Just doing some detailing and highlighting on various parts of Arcana here. I did this combination bone yesterday. This combination of color just to make it a really like, I want these spines to not really like draw too much attention. I kind of just want them to be, if that makes any sense. So I did the coloring in them to hopefully reflect that it's just, they're old, weathered. Oh, that is going to take ages. T-Bone, I would suggest either putting a layer of a mid-tone, like just paint it on. You'll save yourself some pain that way. Like, don't just go from black to yellow. Put like a red under there, or even an orange. You'll save yourself so much. And it'll also add its own richness underneath that yellow. But because yesterday I finished up a lot of the wings, that it's now it's just basically getting to do like little things, little touch-ups, little plays, and a lot of this is going to last me until Adepticon, probably. Little, like, just little details. Yeah, I have... Black is good to have if you're doing Zenithal. But I have, like, a bone... I have a bone beige color that, until I did Zenithal, that was my priming tone. Because white is dreadful, but yeah, like my original priming color was this. Just because it's a lot. It's neutral. It allows me to see a lot of the detail definition. But yeah, I just... Unless there's a specific color, like a marine that you're gonna, like a army set like that are all like this blue, then yeah, getting that blue in a primer would be good. But I wouldn't say go out and get the whole rainbow spectrum of colors. I'm actually really happy with how this, like, really old bone is looking. What do you guys think? Yeah. So I would suggest probably what I would say to do in this situation is, if you have that big blue primer, great. First, prime the areas in like a white or like a beige. In the specific areas that you're going to be painting those yellows. So just focus on those few areas that you're going to have the yellow, and you're going to just throw that onto the model in those places. Just like a layer of that, and let that cure, sit there for however long your curing process is for the primer. And then get yourself some painter's tape and just block off those sections. And then just prime the rest of it blue, if it warrants that. Especially like for big areas, like on the big tank and things like that, it might be a lot easier to do than like on shoulder pads or something. But blocking it out just means that then you don't have to really think about it, like coming up from that blue. Aww! Bat Chief? Well, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So that's... I wonder if I should do the staff base in this very dreary color. I think that would actually be kind of interesting, and also will tie in those with her staff. So if that's the case...
I like you.
Aw, Shanti 1937, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you are having a fantastic day. So we're just going to build up essentially from where I perceive the shadows to be, which is basically right underneath these tentacle lines or tentacle swirls that I had just added into it just for interest's sake. Though I really actually don't think I might need to do that. I might just need to start building up these colors, because originally these were just put on that brown that I had before, but this is the color on her horns at the moment. What miniature this? This is the Lady of Arcana. She is a creature caster model. If you do !whip, it'll bring up a link to her. But she is nearly complete in the sense of her upper body. This part here hasn't really been done yet. And obviously her staff. Chilled in paints! And this is the back of her wings right now. Hello, damn it, Joseph. So really, like these wings were what I did for the last 2 days. Paint and chill down paints. Hello, how are you? And yeah, so she doesn't have any eyes herself, so the eyes on the hands have become what I perceive to be her eyes, and one is a pupil, the other one is a slit. But yeah, so this is where she is. Like, really, like, the top half of her is far more saturated. Her wings are far more saturated than anything that is on her, but at the back, I wanted that to kind of draw your focus. I understand that, yes, she does have a beautiful little butt there. I am doing quite well. I'm working on finalish, like, touches. There's still a lot to do, but it's a lot of like little things, and likewise like her staff, which means I really shouldn't just use highlight of the stream. Yes, I know, Joseph. It is a highlight of everybody's day and stream. Is that their booty? So I'm gonna add some of this blacker brown into this, just because that is what was underneath the spines when I painted them in. And a lot of this is allowed to just be a little bit rough. It doesn't need to be a completely smooth coloring on it. Oh yeah, no, I love Creature Caster. This is my 5th now? Yeah. This is my 5th Creature Caster. She's one of my absolute favorites of their models. So I'm happy. I think there's only one more of my absolute favorites that I have yet to paint, and he was on. I did start painting him, but then competition arose and people didn't vote for him. Also because I viewed him as my puppet master, and they nixed the idea of having a second, like, other company models in the scene. So the Lady of Depravity, yeah. Really, T-Bone? Yeah, no, they are fantastic. I've painted the Boreal Tree Walker, the Plague Angel, Lord of Malice, and the Glutton Demon. And the Lord of Metamorphosis is my other favorite. He was their model that they had just released when I discovered them. Yeah, their sculpts are just phenomenal. I have so many like that are just like sitting back up there at the top here. Like up there, that's all creature caster parts. But yeah, their stuff is phenomenal. And my goal with this is pretty much just to give it its worth. Like, I want to do a worthy job of these sculpts just because they are beautiful and fantastic. I didn't view mine to be that good at that point in time either. I didn't view that, I didn't think that I should have been painting him, but my Boreal Tree Walker, he took about a whole month to work on, and he was the first model that I ever did any kind of base adding, like really trying to build up a base under this guy that created like an interesting flock. So, and from there it just kind of progressed into where I am now. Each creature caster I end up doing better and better. So they really are like my they inspire me significantly to do better, to create better, paint better. Because their models are just so awe-inspiring. Is like 120. Is it the Queen of Ecstasy? Yep, that one. Yeah, she's really cool. She was who I was originally going to. Well, she was on the option of what people voted for having me paint. What I essentially did was I made a poll. I left it up for as long as I was working on Phil, and saw who I should work on, because I do have a significant number of creature caster models, just because, like I said, I'm a little bit obsessed with them, and they know it. So yeah, it was just a I gave it to my stream. I was like, it was just like I gave it to them to tell me essentially what I should work on. Because I was like, I could work on any of these, but there's just so many options, and I'm really not sure how to go about it, so I'll take that away from myself and give it to everybody else. Obsessed, yes. she's a cool one. When I saw her, don't mind the really thick applying of paint here. Just really trying to just build up some of these layers, but enough to kind of, I don't know, be interesting, but also hide that purpley color that I had underneath. When I saw the Queen of Ecstasy, my mind immediately jumped to Genova from Final Fantasy. And so that's kind of how she's going to be painted up when I get to her. Alright, so I'm gonna put this down over there. You can link it here, chill. I would love to see it. Okay, so while that is doing its drawing process, we have these. Yeah, sure. I'm perfectly okay with that. Here, let me, just in case. Here you go. Have a permit. Hey, you can't always compare yourself to everybody else. That's one thing I have learned. If I took that mentality, then I would have stopped painting a long time ago. Oh, wow. Oh, I like the coloring. Yeah, that's around the direction I'm going with mine. Not the colors, but like that is the body makeup. Except I'm doing the no face. Once again, I kind of have this thing about no faces. I don't know why. I just find it kind of fun. But I saw somebody else's markup of the Lady of Depravity, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And it's essentially like she has blood all down her front and stuff. It's ooh, sorry about that. Oh, thank you. But alluring, I don't really know what I wanted to do with her. With Arcana. I wanted her to be majestic and awe-inspiring and kind of like in its own way. You see the top, so you don't really notice that, like, the bottom of her. So you see this majestic creature with these astral wings and a very curvature body, and kind of like draws you unwillingly, like unwittingly into the clutches of this monster that is more than willing and ready to consume you, essentially. And like, these wings are on this side are very distracting. They are very I wouldn't mind being consumed, yeah. But like zebra patterns, if they're running together, zebras, the pattern on their coat, it's meant to confuse predators and to not really be able to tell where one begins and where one ends. Oh, yesterday that was me. I realized like, oh, my water's it wasn't cleaned. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. I have little itty bitty paint pucks. And so I just run my paintbrush through that. So sometimes it doesn't necessarily really matter how much pigment is in that water, because I'm still able to get the pigment out. Okay. So with those, I'm gonna come over here and pick up my improvised layer bait. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna just run over these quickly with a little itty bitty amount of sepia. Just to get them into the correct tone, because I actually base colored them in a skin tone, which isn't particularly where I want that color to be. So what I've done with a lot of pieces on her that I want you to notice them. I do want you to see them, but I don't want necessarily for you to recognize that it's a thing. If that makes any sense. And maybe I'm going at this the wrong way, but like a lot of people have said that they think that the blue parts on the swirly bits around her and on her base are gemstones. Great, that's awesome. Yes, it is, Shitani. It is a my glove is nearly as artistic as the wing. Yeah. The glove prevents, because my hand is holding the model, and the glove prevents my finger grease from rubbing away at any of the parts. So like even sometimes when I'm doing like some heavy stuff, I'll have my half glove on, which covers like these two fingers, just so that if I'm like heavily putting my finger onto something that's already been painted, it also equally doesn't rub away. It'll still like if you're really trying, but it's not. But yeah, like these, I painted them up like eyes in a lot of cases. So yeah, no, these are not latex. These are, because I really don't like latex. These are nitrile, Nitrile. Nitrile gloves. They're fantastic, and they're very. I see what you did there. Yes. So those are drying with the sepia wash, so we can now trying to go back to these spines and... Yes. Nitrile. It's not latex, but they are the same kind of thing as latex. But yeah, so like a lot of her is like parts that I just want. If you look at it quickly, you'll think of it one thing, but then if you really look at them, it becomes something else. And that's another reason why these spines are in this very like no see-you color. Like they're just like, they just blend in like, oh yeah, no, they're there. But they're kind of almost like they go into fade into the background, and that's kind of what I want them to do. I guess I should also start thinking about the few locations I want to have some. I guess this doesn't actually need to be mixed up like that. Just so I can start getting an idea on how it looks. I'm gonna put some still water into the inside of some of these mouths. That's the only part of it that's going to get this effect. Really. But not on the face, yes. There's eyes on the stalk, eyes on her wings, but she could have a face that has like 5 eyes if I chose to go in that direction. I don't know. This is a far too messed up brush. I need a much smaller brush. One that will not mess up so much. Yeah, sure. I do, yes. I have. I haven't in some time since I've been doing a lot of Creature Caster, but I do enjoy them. The Edeneth are my absolute favorites. None of them are near me. I'm trying to like... a lot of the GW that I painted hasn't been for like... I didn't keep them.
Nine months. Woohoo. Mama,
Woohoo!
I'm going to steal her from the booth at con. She's absolutely beautiful. Congrats.
Aww. Thank you. Hi, Impending Dove. How are you doing, my friend? Hey, Lily! Yeah, new alert. Every tier difference, there is a new sub-alert. Lily, just I meant to send you the markup for the wing, or yeah, for the wing color. So just I meant to do that, and I will get to doing that. I'm sorry, I forgot. There we go. So it might look like I'm just putting water on this. Oh, I'm sorry, Impending Dove. Doing heat. Okay, so It might look like I'm just putting some water in, but this is actually a clear water medium that I'm just putting on the inside of these mouths. And just to give them, like, I'm also getting some uhu to create some spittle to going in between some of these opening mouths, just like to make it look like they're just opening up instead of just staying open all frickin' time. Aaron! Hi! Hi, Aaron, how are you doing? But yeah, Lily, so on they were all based, let me just bring them all out for you. The wings were based with a dark Prussian blue. And on the green side, it then went to Errati green with an itty bit of highlighting of goblin flesh. And then the tips were done in a Marduk yellow. So that is the green side. And I'll send these to you so you don't have to freak out about trying to get there, but... And on the pink side, obviously, still dark Prussian blue. Alan! 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 Then it was a royal purple, and then sunset red. Hi, Aaron! How are you? Oh, and then the itty bitty tips of it were done in this pink. This was just like, this is their, support breast cancer awareness month pink. It's Steve! Steve! Hi, Aaron. Yeah, no, I missed seeing you around. I was just like, where's Aaron? I haven't seen him in so long. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Video Caesar. I don't know if I said hi, but hi. But technically, Lily, these aren't neon colors. They just look neon because they're beside each other. We just flow at the same, yeah. So, because of these color combinations being beside each other, it basically makes them look more vibrant and like really, really like bouncing off of each other. Sipima, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a great day. Drink your vitamins, getting over a pretty bad cold. Yeah, I'm just getting over mine. Okay, so the sepia looks like it has cleared out there, so we just want to throw that into the water so that the still water medium doesn't mess it up. Oh no! Oh, that sucks, Aaron! I'm so glad that you're feeling better! Magnus the Red, yeah. Yeah, no, I would love to paint Magnus. Honestly, he would be super, super cool. It is Magnus who made me, who helped me. Oops, that was my hand flicking in the, exposure time. Oops. Yeah, no, and Magnus the Red is what, inspired me to do the wings sort of how I've done them. Ugh. Ugh. No. Ugh. I've only just recently begun being able to, like, not, like, notice garlic in food. So we're just touching up these itty bitty teeth bits. Yeah, well, if you're sick and you're that sick, you have to let yourself get better, man. are you? Aaron, I've put 45 hours into Arcana at the moment. So, big projects are not that scary for me. Going to bed soon. Well, I hope you have a good sleep. Itty bitty little teeth. But a grind, yeah. Well, I did take a break on Monday, was it? Monday or Tuesday. I was grumpy. And I didn't want to do like wing detailing or any kind of detailing, and I knew that if I did do any kind of detailing, I was just going to get really angry. So I just did gunplow that day instead. Yeah. Layering will do that for me. Yeah, that's why the chameleon paints are kind of gimmicky. Yeah, it's also why it's not, this kind of proves that it's not necessary. I don't know who Marvin the Martian is, so I was told that I wasn't that bad or not that noticeably grumpy, but I was like, oh, I was in such a bad mood. But me being grumpy and me being hungry are very, very different things, because when I am hungry, I get angry. I get so unresponsive to other people. Aaron, are you planning on going to Adepticon? Yeah. Yeah, no, that was me. So working on something of like, who cares how it turns out? Yeah, that was. Oh, okay. Darn. I was hoping to be able to see you. Oh my god, I need that audio. Yeah, that's kind of correct. I was like, I'm angry. Yeah. I'm making me very angry. Hey, Mr. Demetrius! How are you doing? That looked good. And on the relic night, oof. Didn't realize that you wanted to, you know, destroy everything. I had one person comment and it made me really think about it because I hadn't thought about it. Oh, Tyrion Strongjaw! Strongjaw. Let me guess. You watch Critical Role. So one person was commenting, I think they're old CRT televisions. The ones that had those little like light tubes in them. That if you looked really, really closely, it kind of had like a color pattern similar to this, like really bright red and green and yellow. Nice. I approve of your name, sir. Just paint it in, yeah. Yeah, there you go, you have purses. Nixon! Hello. Thank you so much for that raid. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? It's a hard choice. It is a hard choice. Honestly, I love their tree walkers. Like, those are fantastic models. I especially really like my branch beard. Okay, just okay, just okay. Yeah, I'm lucky. I never had to have braces. Alright, so I'll just put this on the back there. Yeah, those teethy bits look alright. Okay. So we'll just put that over there. Today is just... Oh, yep. No, go get your kids. And don't forget to shout out people. I know. I'm sorry, Erin. Clearly, guys, Erin hosted into the stream. So, obviously, if you do not know him, you should definitely go and give him a follow. Because he is an awesome painter. Filled with awesome stuff. Yeah, needs like little cuts in it. Ah, Super Sarah! Oh, thank you! I hope your internet holds up, so how are you doing, my dear? How goes it? Yeah, no, I hadn't seen you in so long. I was just hoping that everything was okay. I know, Sarah's work is fantastic. So, because it's been a very long time since I've looked at any of this. There we go. Yeah, relax before bed and do it all over again. Yeah, I've missed you too. I was just like, I haven't seen Sarah in so long. Does she hate me? It's like, is that why she's not here? But I'm glad it's nothing like that. So much hate! Ah! Sometimes, Katie. I never look at my numbers until the very end. At like, I only see them at the very end, essentially. Not much better for my peace of mind. I'm sorry that your internet is so stupid. Okay, so we're just going to... That's a big dollop of vanilla oil. I did not want that much. I'm still really trying to figure out what to do with the staff. I'm very much at a loss with it. Kind of just like her base. So I was coloring it the same way as the spines. So I'm just adding the null onto this now just to kind of even it out, although like the blending and random coloring. It'll also help me find out where all the little slip marks are, like cut marks in it. Yeah, the staff is kind of eluding me at the moment. I do want to do the, as if where she's holding it, it's like overheated metal. Kind of like going to the same coloring as the eyes are on the wings. But until we get to that process, or until we get there, I'm just going to Oh yeah, paint pucks are fantastic. I have the itty bitty ones because I didn't notice that I didn't read properly, and I didn't recognize the fact that those ones were for oil. So I still use the itty bitty ones, they just don't grow. There you go. Symbol stick. Yep, I'm glad to help there, T-Bone. this is the color that pretty much is... It's the same horn color and carapace coloring. So what we can do is either do the same kind of highlights on this like her carapace. Gosh darn it, that's a fluff! Get the fluff out of here. Aww. Well, I hope things calm down for you, because I've missed having you around. I'll see here. Oh. Yeah, no, yep. Yep. No, yep. Yep. Sorry, my curiosity really wanted to know. Athena! Oh, I'm totally fine with that, T-Bone. Any and all questions. There we go. Yep, and gloving on for these things is kind of necessary. I fear though, like, I don't want the staff to be a center focus, so I can't bring in any of the colors really from the wing. So I'm kind of doing, like, this is her skin, this is the base skin tone for her. You're welcome. You're welcome, sir. Hi. Thank you. And despite everyone's love of it, I still have absolutely no hope in winning. Like, there's just no way. But I'm so proud of her, I'm so proud of my work on her that it's definitely worth it. I am glad that I've taken the time to work so steadily on it. No. Yeah. No. Hey then, Hawk. How are you? I actually video Caesar. So what I actually have up here, this is a Lazy Susan. This one does turn. And I actually have it. I actually bought it so I could work on this guy. Because he's so freaking massive. That Lazy Susan is for Caladrax.
I like you.
Oh, I like you too, Van Hawk. Yeah, it's my last big Reaper Dragon.
Once again, the wire flows, but quickly burns out. That's because the air has energy from within the glass flow. Special thin wire is used which does not melt, but continues to glow with a bright light.
Until yeah, no, he's gonna be featuring here soon. After, you know, competition pieces are over. Yeah, Super Sarah, that's what I did with Maldrakar, my big 5-headed dragon. I did bits of the head, and then I did his base. Because I wanted to make sure that there was something. When he was done, I could just put him on the base and be like, and you're done. Without, like, having to put him down somewhere. The only issue is I don't, and probably what's driving me crazy is I don't actually... Hey, Arcris! I don't have her base yet. I'm still in works with getting it designed.
Can we see the wire produce light again? We'll use another piece of thin wire. The wire begins to glow. Once again, the wire flows, but quickly burns out. That's because the air has energy from within the glass flow. Special thin wire is used which does not melt.
Also, hi Orchrist, how are you?
With a bright light. Once again,
Oh yeah, no. Medium base brush, that's always a good thing to have. I have just a series of brushes that I have a jar. If I just bring it out over here, like, there's my jar of brushes. You have some left, some ravioli in my brush jar? Do I? Oh, I have like classic covers. Hey, Orgris, at least you have commissions to work on, right? Not the worst thing in the world, man. Yeah, and keep motivated. Yeah, and I think it would be a good idea to put some time for yourself. If you find that you're like getting a little bit, you know, dreary from it, take a few hours and work on something else. Just whatever you want. There's no harm in it, and it'll help you get a fresh look at it, a fresh feeling. Yeah, sure, Chris. Orcris here is another streamer, guys. If you haven't ever given him a follow, you should definitely go and give him a click and check him out. Oh, look at it! Ah! Oh, that thing is awesome! Very nice, Orcris. Yeah, I have some brushes that I'm like really attached to. Like my bent brushes, I always, whenever I see them in the store and see good quality ones in the store, like they actually look good, then I will pick them up. Yeah, and like I've never looked it up. Apparently I do dry brushing wrong, but it gives me the effect that I want, so just keep that in mind. Like, just because that's how they say to do it doesn't necessarily mean that that is correct. Alright, so now we just go in here. Yeah, it's all part of learning and figuring it out for yourself, what works for you, because just because it works for somebody doesn't necessarily mean that that is how you also will work. So it's very important to keep that in mind. I used to get really frustrated when something I was working on wouldn't work if I was following somebody else's like example. But then once when I just stop and kind of like look at it like, okay, well, how do they achieve through that? Like, how do they achieve this look through their process? And that's what I look at to then get close to. And like brush it on, yeah. Like, I have generally like various sizes of square brushes. And like you get the paint on it and then you wipe it off or like pause it off and then you kind of like go over the surface. Which might actually be an interesting effect here, so. Exactly, yeah, like, but like being told specifically like, oh, you're not dry brushing. I'm like, well, it gives me the effect that I'm looking for, so yeah, so like that's what I do. It's just like I put some paint on, I dab most of it off, and then you just want to make sure that with dry brushing, at least that one thing I've kind of figured out is that you want to make sure that you go in the same direction. So don't go up and down. So always, like when the bristles are actually touching the model, always make sure that you're going in the same direction. Yeah, that's actually not that bad for an effect there. Well, because what you're essentially doing with dry brushing is highlighting, essentially. And so if you dry brush up and down, you're getting the underside of what needs to be highlighted, which kind of ruins the effect a little bit, or like clogs it up a bit too much. So, no problem. Okay, so here we are going to get some of the skin tone out over here, some of this yellow to make an orange-ish peachy color, thrown in with a little bit of that in Innsmouth, just to yeah, then again, that's the look that you're wanting, yeah. But if you're going for like doing this for highlighting circumstances or like taking note of where ridges are in a model, then it's good to go in one direction. Essentially, what we're saying is play with it. course, you have a wonderful evening. So what I'm doing here is essentially how I did the back of the, like her carapace. Like this has become a lot more brown. So it's kind of this look that I'm going for a little bit. Not exactly that, just because that's boring. But just enough. Hey Ash! How are you? I did see you come in and then I don't think I said hi, so I feel really, really bad. Hi! Should I have the slit or the eye, like the regular pupil in the front? Well... Samson Arts! Hello, hello! I was like, why is John the Revelator starting? Hi, how are you guys? Well, the thing is like, these are the eyes, right? Like, I was talking about her eyes. One is that, and the other one's that. So that's why I'm wondering which one should be at the front and which one should be at the back of the staff. So that's more what it is. But hi, Susan, how are you? How was your stream? And I have these types of eyes all along her, like her base area. Like that one is a slitted one, and then there's some regular, like pupil-y like eyes of the, kind of reminding me a lot of Dune. But hi guys, how are you doing? Samson, you are an amazing person. Thank you so much for that raid. I hope your stream was awesome. And hello everyone coming in from Samson Arts. You guys are all fantastic, and I hope you're having all a fantastic day. I am working on the Lady of Arcana, our creature caster. Yeah, the staff is double-sided. Like, it has an eye here and an eye there, so... Always put your best eye forward. So that's why it's kind of like, I don't know which one to put there. Has strong and powerful stream. Yes! Worked on a Space Marine, and now you're back to LA. Oh, nice! Oh, that is awesome! What are you doing in LA? Oh, Ghosted Wolf, nice! Nice start. Good coloring. Yeah, she's getting close to being done, which is scary. if you ask me. I'm terrified that, you know, she's getting there. Oh, nice. Yes. Good choice there, Ghosted. Well, yeah, so really today has been a lot of playing around and jumping between the little pieces that still need doing, like her staff here. Oh. And the still water medium I'm really happy with so far. Like, looks just a little bit wet inside each of the mouths. It's just a little bit. Enough to just say like, yeah, that mouth is open, and Boohoo should be joining soon. Moki Kisa, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. But the staff up until today has been completely and 100% blank. And so that's why I'm just kind of like trying to really just figure out how I want it to look. Oh, Taveria! Oh my god, so much love today, guys. I love you all so very much. Taveria, hello. How's your stream, my dear? Menor, hello. How's your stream, Tav? Honestly, I'm just trying to get this done before my Reaper Bones 4 sets arrive. Oh, thank you! Yeah, no, they kind of hurt to look at a little bit. But I'm very, very happy with them. Finish the Undertaker, nice! I'm looking forward to the pictures. Yeah, I try not to look too much at the wings just because they are kind of blinding. Just a little bit. I always feel like it just becomes brighter when I have these outside like lines showing up. And I'm not a terrible influence, guys. Well, I'm the best influence. Especially if it gets you to buy Creature Caster, because I love them. It's very simple. Have I looked at them under a black light? No.
Because there are strange wonders there. Because there will be scarlet sunsets over barren wastes. And in the star-strewn night.
Why would I look at them under a black light? Oh my god, that would actually be kind of cool, but I don't own a black light, so I thought you were trying to like give a different like trying to imply something there. But yeah, no, they're just really bright paint, but not the fluorescent line. I wish I had the fluorescent paints. That would be kind of cool. But I don't own the fluorescent paints. Bondic light? Yeah? I'll have to try that out. Adding a little bit of more yellow onto these. Oh, Giga, trust me. Well, there is no whites on those wings yet, Ash. There is none. I have to put a lot of water into my palette to prevent it from drying instantly. But even then, like my wet palette, it doesn't keep things wet necessarily, it just keeps things lasting a little longer. Oh! Oh! Well, I'm sad now. There's extraordinarily little amount of pure white now on any of this. For a nice day, yeah. Where do you live, Giga? Like Aussie land or? Yeah, Aussie land, Rob Jedi! Thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Ah, Twizmaster, thank you so much for that host! Hi! Hi! Crocodile, hi! How are you doing? Yeah, in a warm, humid climate, yeah. I'm in California. So it's a warm, dry climate, so it just sucks all the moisture out. So using a dry palette was killer. Like, really, really a bad idea. Hi Twiz, how are you doing? But that's another reason why I actually really like the Scale 75 paints, is because even though they dry out, they're still pretty easy to wake back up again for a while. And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Aw, Ed Cook, hi. How are you doing? Ad Cook. How are you? Oh my god, so many people. Painting Miniatures, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Hi! How are you? How was your stream? Oh, today I posted up the Undertaker. Oh man! That OSL is awesome! Oh, good job on that. That is really really fantastic. One thing you might want to think about, on the lantern, adding a red line along the metal because the glow goes into the metal as well, just to give it kind of a more glowy effect. Maybe. Minor Rotar, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a freaking fantastic day. Always paint with a glove. I kind of do. Just because that is, it prevents me from rubbing off any of the paint while working on it, especially since I've been working on quite larger models that require a lot of hand holding because I don't have a basing or a minute holder that will hold it. So, got a bunch done. Everything here is going super awesome and well. Just working on her staff at the moment. We're going to be painting an eye onto each side, just trying to figure out which kind of eye to paint on either side.
Choo choo.
Choo choo! 6 months! Oh, Coaster, I love you. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate that. Oh yeah, no, I use glue for that too, like, or gloves for that point in time when I'm needing to glue in random parts. But mainly I use them for when I'm painting. Aw, Painting Miniatures, thank you so much for that, host. You are fantastic. Oh, so many Aussie people from Aussie land. So the staff color is kind of we're working on it. So, could paint the eyes blue, like everything else on her except the hand eyes. I just fear that it'll just be a little bit too lopsided if I paint any other color. All roads lead to Maharan. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, my hand is a disgusting mess underneath the glove. But I need the glove in order to stop me from having to basically do more work. So it's gonna be held like this, so really... can I show the rest of the model? Yeah, sure. Just disappointed. You can't paint the Maw Crusher. Oh yeah, no, the Maw Crusher. I really want to paint that. They just look so fun. Okay. So this is the front of Arcana. Oh, Sheep Tricks, hi! How does that work? He raided into my stream, so he carries people over and basically forces you to look at the new person. Hooray! Yeah, so this is her. No, I haven't really done the skin tone on the hands. I'm still kind of curious whether I want to or just leave them as like dark bearing down overlord things. And the back of her wings are super, super, super bright. Once again, still haven't done the skin tones on that. Haven't done the skin tones there or done the horns at all, but right now that's just... And yeah, so...
This is my favorite show! Wait, no! This is my favorite show! Look! It's my favorite show!
Oh, T-Bone! I was just like trying to read everything else. Thank you so much for that sub, man. You are fantastic. I love you. Remember, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. What was I working on? There was something. All right, the staff. I was like, I had something I was working on. The wingtip eyes? Yeah, I was kind of considering that, but the thing is like, yeah, no, I'm still going. Oh, sheepish tricks. Thank you so much for that follow. How are you doing? And yes, the wings are magnetized because I'm sending her. Well, I'm going to Chicago for Adepticon, and she's a competition piece, you see. And for ease of traveling, I've magnetized her wings. Thank you so much for that sub. That is so freaking fantastic. And oh, those ones haven't popped up yet? Coaster, thank you so much for that gifted sub. I don't think that popped up, but thank you so much. I don't know why that didn't pop up. Thank you so much for gifting that sub. Oh, the kitty baby. Did I miss anything else up here? Well, welcome back, Star Wars. I'm entering her into everything. Because I've never submitted for a competition before. And I've never, and obviously I'm streaming her. And yeah. I've never done one, so it's very much a learning experience, and what I'm doing with this essentially is doing the best I feel like I can. Yes, but you also have to think, T-Bone, that it's always somebody's opinion. So throwing yourself into competitions is good, yes, as long as you understand that the feedback that you're getting doesn't necessarily always mean that that is on par with your style or what you're trying to achieve. Like, they might tell you to be more contrasty, but you might, or use brighter colors. Contrast is good, but using brighter colors. I prefer duller palettes, so that wouldn't really work for me. So But I never know when a competition is going around, and I've actually pretty bad social anxiety. So me entering something is, well, it's taken up until now, which is 2 years of painting, for me to feel like, yeah, okay, let's do this. And I thought, you know, since I'm going to Adepticon anyways, and I really love Creature Caster, that there's no harm in me not. Since I'm going to be painting Creature Caster anyways. What is Adepticon? Adepticon is a convention for a lot of tabletop games workshop oriented thing. There's a lot of painting classes there. That's mainly what I'm going for. It's also where the crystal brush competition is held, which is a really, really massive painting competition. This is not what's going in there. Yes, it is in the US. It's in Chicago. So we're just adding little yellow flecks right around the... Yes, there is. We are a dime a dozen now. There's just, yeah, there's a lot of us. So if I just bring this in closer, not that interesting quite yet, but we're getting there. Oh yeah. No, the reflection comes last. Like the light reflection is usually the last thing that I will add to a thing. But let's see here. In terms of throwing a wash onto it, yeah, this will be a good one. Oh, I'm really bad at them too. But just that there's been a lot of eyes on this model that it's kind of like I had the system to it. So now I'm bringing it down into a very like greeny color because I find washes just help blend things together a little bit, especially on such a smaller surface. But yeah, if you look at all these, like they all have small little like itty bitty light reflections put into them. So like there isn't really one. I haven't put one on that one. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want to do these ones as eyes as well. Or leave them separate. Like, that's why they've just been sitting there the way that they are. Alright, I'm no expert at eyes. I just finagle until they are how I want them to be. And what I generally do, the reason I add that wash in is because it'll tint everything else underneath it. And thus you can use the colors that you just did, or just used, to then like add even more variance into the model. That is a good point, Kurt, honey. Alright. Yeah, though, you look at the ones that I did on her shoulders, like they're itty bitty little things. So they don't have very much. I still haven't really done anything with that one. There's so much on her that's still not done. I've just gotten used to it. Oh wow, you're taking a lot of classes. I'm taking 3. Because there are 3 things that I'm just like, yeah, no, that sounds like something that I could really use to get better at. Okay, so that hand goes right in there. Let's see how that looks before we move on to the other side. So those just get clipped on into there. And yeah, oh, that still looks looking good-ish. Yeah, but she doesn't seem panicked. Yeah, no, I need to get some legit white paint. More white, because my white is actually kind of dead at the moment. Yeah, I'm taking 1 on Friday, and I think 2 on Saturday, or maybe 2 on Friday and 1 on Saturday. And I'm taking like faces and expressions. Another one on contrast, and another one on painting transparent cloth. Because the biggest thing that I have an issue with that I've been working on is contrast. So that's something that I want to kind of figure out. Hello, Plastic. How are you? Oh yeah, no, this is people were commenting about it yesterday. I have eczema, and thus sometimes it gets really bad, and you guys don't really want to see that. Like yesterday I had it breathing, but got a bit worse, so I decided to bandage it back up again. Yeah, it all depends on how long and what's being available in them. Oh yeah, Star Wars. I am a very visual learner, so I think I'll do okay picking up what they say, as long as I get to see what they're saying, like they're doing. so much for that follow. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you, thank you.
Who even now fight to survive.
Ah, Cow, thank you so much for that follow as well. I hope your Thursday is going well. Okay, so that is the front of the stuff. It's okay looking. I have to figure out what to do with like this half of it. I might just try to make it like go a whole lot darker. But I do like this little star at the top. Maybe that should get some still water on it as well. Oh, that was stupid of me. This is my Winsor Newton. And I just stuck it into still water medium. Because I am so freaking smart. Alright. I'm not happy with it. Yeah, rip. I'm not happy. I don't like it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to Photoshop and play with it to figure it out because I'm not happy with it. And thus I won't work on it because I don't want to just keep finagling with it. Her skin is catabatic, Arma, Hero, okay. Yep. Start over, paint over. Yeah, nope, just not happy with it. Arma and Hero. There we go. Let's bring out her skin tones. Oh, yeah. A complete paint over in Photoshop. Yep. I don't know. I want to spend my time. I'll do that tonight. So instead we'll work on other things that we still have to do. Which is build up the skin tone on the wings. Why does this one always have a... My agitators are not heavy enough. I want to be happy with it at least. Like that's my thing. Like I want to at least be like, yeah, I'm happy with how this ended up. Like that's where I want to be, or at least pleased enough to be able to move on. if I don't reach that point, that means I still have more to do. Oh, Lexine Pons! Thank you so much for that follow. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's good, but obsessing over it isn't. Yeah, and that's why I'm just like, alright, yeah, I'm just moving it over. And we'll finagle with it. Like, that's what I've done the entirety of her. I just haven't recently, because I've had a pretty good idea of what I've been working on. But this is just kind of like, no, I am not pleased with it. And as such, I'm going to finagle with some of the coloring. And even if I don't go the exact same way as I do on the Photoshop, which has happened for a good amount of what I've done, generally it gives me just a good idea of where to move forward in a direction, and then I go from there. Yeah, I'm just not at all happy with it. So moving on. I'm not going to, not gonna play with it. And we're just going to play with it in Photoshop, since it's a whole lot faster to move through things. Alright, guys, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna just take a break and get more drink. So just hold on, guys. I'll be with you back in a sec. I hope the music hasn't been not gone for too long. Oh, like 3 minutes. Hi guys, I'm back. Hi. Oh, Rainer. Hi. How are you doing? My husband had jury duty today, so he was just, I heard him come back and he didn't like immediately just like come by my door just to like say hi. So I'm like, I'm gonna go say hi to him. And he brought me coffee. So, you know, it's. How's Rainer doing? Ah, Jacob! Hi! How are you? What did I miss, guys? Because I was gone. What did I miss? So, right, we're working on her skin tone. Building up any of these highlight areas. How's the lack of sleep going, Rainer? Yeah, thank you for shouting him out. He's an awesome guy. Amazing, amazing airbrusher. He's the person I go to whenever I have like any kind of questions. I'm just like, I harass Rainer on an often enough basis. So, like, these hands have just been dark blue for a good length of time. And on the other side, it might just stay that dark, just like, because then it's just like kind of like it's overlooking the astral pattern. I don't know. I don't want to then be told like, oh, you should have painted it. So we'll see. I just also don't want to like detract too much from like all the detailing of the stars by just putting too much details up there. From what I remember, and my memory is pretty shoddy from those days, but CoStar has always been a fantastic cook. So it's slowly being built up. Still very, very dark, and in a lot of places kind of streaky. But also kind of going along with how the skin has decided to also stretch around. I really feel like I need to put on my other glove. Oh, let's go like that. Mugs. Who doesn't love mugs, right? Right? Like, I have a mug that, the one I'm using right now that has my, funny enough, it has my tea in it. It's Beware OCD Obsessive Coffee Disorder. Personally, I think it should say Obsessive Coffee Drinker. Maybe it does. Does it say that? Nope, it does say disorder. So, as I was commenting earlier, I was saying how I like have, I use another glove sometimes. when it comes down to like when I'm having to do a lot of touching. Like the five-headed dragon, yeah, Maldrakar is he was work. He was a lot of work. But yeah, no, I love him, and he's one of my achievements from last year. So I'm very proud that I was able to do that, and to do that size of a model, and over such a length of period of time, and still mainly make it look united. Hey, brother! How are you doing? I guess I should have like that black, like dark blue. The super, super, super dark blue. To retouch up any of the dark lines, just to make sure that that's all there as well. And as you might tell with my color palette, like I have things in their little sections. I sometimes do it if I'm just working on a random piece. I'll have it like blues in one corner, reds in another, and then like have them all separated that way. But here in this one, I have it actually in like, what am I working on kind of section. So like this one right here is like her skin tone, and this one was like the different spines, and these ones were like the wings. And lasagna. Lasagna? Yeah, Taylor, good, yeah. I'm still like, I really, really, really want to do a heart on her butt. But I don't know how well that would be taken during, like, for the competition. Grilled cheese. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. Nom 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 nom. Grilled cheese and ham. How's Witchy doing? What, having a heart on the butt is Slanesh? I guess I don't really understand who Slanesh is, per se. Is nasty, I don't know. Well, be safe. Oh, that is terrifying. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Ah, yeah. was just a thing that I got used to at university, brother dear. And it's because sometimes the ketchup things were gone, and just being able to dip it into tomato soup. Yeah. He's Vasquez. Yeah, the wings turned out quite well. I'm very happy with them. I'm still really glad that I decided not to put this coloring in the very front. Can you imagine, like, this coloring being, like, right there? Actually, that might not be so bad. But either way. I actually don't know. My brother looks like Prince William. No. Yes? William? Yeah, not. I was thinking Charles for a second. Like, my brain was saying Charles. No, William. So, like, he's exactly like Prince William. Same receding hairline. Love you, brother. The only thing that's different between them is my brother has slightly darker hair. They have the exact same smile, which is creepy. Yeah, you have slightly... It was really weird during, like, the weddings, because I would, like, have the TV on. I'm like, my brother's on TV! That's so weird! Harry is ginger, yeah. But yeah, no, like, it is uncanny and rather disturbing how close they look. So there you go. Like that's the. So I don't know how much I look like that either. So sympathize. Thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. How are you doing today, brother? Outside of your lasagna eating and your sister picking on you. Talking about princes? Because my brother looks like Prince William. Like, look at them. Look at them side by side. It'll be like, it's crazy. Like, I dread whenever they're, like, news about them, because I look at it, I'm like, it's my brother! Like, seriously, he could have been the stunt double. Hey, useless wizard! How are you doing? Yeah, meet you at the bike racks after school. So that also meant that I wasn't allowed to have a crush on Prince William, like, at all. I couldn't, because it's like, that's my fucking brother. Like, no. Zoltuna, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. You're awesome.
Hello.
Oh, another hello. Papa George, hi, how are you? I hope you're having a great Thursday. Oh, poor brother. I still remember commenting to my mom at one point, because I saw two kids make, like, what I called making out on the area that was right beside our house. And in my mind, making out is just kissing. Like, full face, like, kissing. That's not how I kiss. I'm just making shindigs. But either way. So I went to my mom and I was like, here's these people making out. And in her mind, she thought making out meant having sex. And she's like, wait, what? I'm like, no, Mom, that's not what that means. Good times, good times. Yeah, I have a few friends who, like, their wife is the same name as their mother, and it's just like, isn't that, like, you know, odd? They don't think so, but I still think, like, that's like, maybe if you just really like them enough, but maybe, like, call them by their middle name or something. Co-Star, what are you making me? I miss your baking. Oh, Co-Star, since you're here, do you happen to remember, like, Mr. Cole had us, those bread that, like, we braided? Do you remember what that bread was called? It basically looked like, well, it was braided bread, yes, but it looked like a braid. Yeah, I know, right, Rainer? It just, so weird. Yeah, that didn't happen. Yeah, no, see, it just... I'm glad I'm not alone on this. Oh. No, they weren't cinnamon twists. It was bread. It was fully bread. I do miss the cinnamon things, though. Do you remember, like, us, like, gouging out, like, all the sugary remains on that tray? That was just, like, so great. I made a friend that day. My friend was Co-Star. And but there was bread that he had us making, and it was basically like it was like in three strips, and you just braided it together, and they just like you broke them off in the little braided parts, so like in the little ovals. And I really want to know what that bread was. Another banshee. Do the banshees. Yeah, I really liked Mr. Cole. He was really, really cool. If you guys aren't aware, and just so to add some confusion, or not, to clear up some confusion if there is any, Co-Star and I went to the same high school. And, met in grade 9. Same with Dayray. We both went to, like, we all went to the same high school. And Runin Warrior is my legit brother. But we've known each other for too many years to count, so I just count them all as siblings. Because I haven't shaken them yet, so, you know. Hey, making stuff is... or playing with the cat. Yeah, no, I get that. Sometimes my cats will be like, actually, no, you're not painting. And then be like, yes, Overlord. Well, that skin is looking, you know... well, it's looking skinish. It's a little weird because it has... it's only blues. but so is the majority of, like, her skin tone is actually, the only thing that's not blue on her skin is a little bit of yellow. Actually, no, she does have pale flesh, so I will be building up to that. Man, that's like, my brain just now, like, is, like, really thinking about that cinnamon sugar stuff, sticky stuff that was put on those cinnamon buns in the high school. It was like, oh my lord. When you thought my... Oh yeah, well that's kind of what I want. I want it to just be, like, it to be the same, her same skin coloring, but, like, stretched and... Well, right now it goes from deep blue, like, essentially, like, those colors are her skin. But when it came into, like, on her face and her belly, like, that has a little bit of pale flesh put into it and a bit of yellow. So I don't think I'm going to have those kind of highlights or get up to that highlight on these fingers, just because, like, that is the prominent part of her face and her belly. Yeah, you were gifted a sub by Co-Star, Katie. Say thank you. The other claw on the other wing? Well, yeah, they are going to be like dark claws. I haven't painted the claws yet on these, but they're going to actually be painted in black. It's amazing! Thank you so much for that follow. You are amazing. And I hope your day is going fantastic. Yep, Co-Star! Yes. Or you come here and you bake here. Yep. But then I might never let you go. So it's a good thing that we have a, you know, a secondary bedroom. Because, yeah. Co-Star will be mine. It's amazing, no problem. I love having you here. Oh. Oh, useless wizard. I thought you already had followed me. I thought you had. Oh well, thank you. You're awesome. I hope your day is going well. There we go, yeah. Adding that little bit of catabatic blue. It's not actually catabatic, it's cantabric. But catabatic is just... I really love catabatic winds. I think they're really, really cool. I did a huge report on them for like 50% of my grade in a course that was worth 2 courses. So essentially, that one project was worth a whole course. Oh, Rob Jedi, these scale 75 paints are just, You're a fuzzy wizard now! Fuzzy! Yay! Yeah, these paints are, they are just so beautiful, and especially if you're like one of the people who are living in a drier location, these paints really, like, as you might tell in here, like, these ones look like they've really dried out, but just adding water to them will wake them back up again. So this is just the pigment. This is like basically a pigment brick left over from the scale 75 paints. which I can then just add water into them and then they wake right back up again. So it makes using them in a drier environment so much better. I don't know. Let's see here. I can tell you exactly, actually. Co-star, it was 1 hour ago. 1 hour. Everyone is practically using them because we all kind of became obsessed with them. A few people ended up having them, and then everyone else saw like just their how they felt to use and how they looked and everything like that. That everyone just kind of started buying them. I might still have that command for scale. I don't actually know. I think it might be scale 75. Command. I don't know if that one got transferred over, but Shoshi, who is an amazing, amazing painter, Shoshi's Minis. She is sponsored by Scale 75, and on her Twitch page, you can get a code to essentially give you 10% off on the US store. It doesn't work on the European store. But they often also have their own kind of sales going on every so often, so you can always like subscribe and you can find that out. But I believe the code for Scale 75 is Shoshi Rocks in like full caps. Yeah, thank you, Star Wars. Well, I gotta tell you that it definitely helps with doing stuff, like you know, getting to doing the painting, but it also like, man, now I take forever to do anything because I've gotten a lot better at painting. So, kind of sticking to the whole thing, like, I'm still trying to figure out if I want to... I want to darken, like lighten up the inside here. Aww. Well, you also get the kitty kitty emotes, so yeah. Don't forget about those. Grilled cheese acquired. Achievement get. What do you guys think? Should I color in this side as like how I've done here? Or should I leave it dark? With kind of like a little bit of the star speckling in it. So it kind of looks like a dark shadow staring down into the cosmos. Yeah, I really, really do like it as it is on this side. It just looks, I don't know, even more strange, lacking any kind of shading and lighting. No, I can put her. I can't put the staff on her. Because that's not attached. And it doesn't have any kind of magnetism. So, here, let me just, like, bring her out there. And move my camera up. So yeah, that she is. So this is her in the front. And backwise. Is like that. And having the front here, I am giving the claws to make them black so they're not just the same tone, but yeah, I do too. Thanks, guys. Just thought I'd ask. It's nice to get other people's opinions every once in a while, and especially since you guys are right here. So the one thing for people who might not be familiar with Scale 75 is that their paints are not glossy. If you get the regular scale color set, which is the ones that look like this, they are super matte, like in crazy matte. They have no shine to them, and it definitely has an interesting effect when you're painting. It also has really helped me get better at creating shades and shadows and things like that, because the miniature itself no longer has any reflectability with it because it's all matte. Now the fantasy and games line, it has a little bit more glossiness to it, but nowhere, it's still less than Vallejo, which is less than the paints of Citadel. So yeah, like it has, like there is a little bit of stars on this one. There is a whole lot more up here on this one. So I might add like another like shiny star in these hands, just to give them
Boom, baby!
Prime Paint Play. Thank you so much for that follow. Hello. Makes the eyes more ominous, yeah. But there we go, like those claws. And this is the kind of like, I want to darken this one, but I also really like how it has the star effect on it, so I might just paint just this side. It being the black claw. Like the magic has already extended down into this side. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this. And the reason I'm going with black claws is I actually, like, really delicately gave her hand black nails. I just find that it adds even more, like, offness to it. Like, removing, even though she's very humanoid, she is so very not human. Like, it's very, very hard to see it, and I'll bring in the focus a little bit more here. But, like, she has itty bitty black claws on her hand. So, you can see them that way, yeah. Itty bitty black claws. And so that is kind of like trying to just keep things together. Yeah, it adds the avian look to them. But it also just like, it helps unify everything. If it's like, it just basically shows like, yeah, this all belongs together. And I might just actually like maybe just slightly darken down. Oh, maybe I should just use some non-oil on this section right here. Like just to basically say, yes, this is a claw, but it has some of the astral things in it. Not very sure. Yeah, clearly that's what she's been doing. And that's going to be the same for right here. Just a different little, like, a little bit of a darkness. How long have I been working on this? I actually calculated it today. 44 hours before today. And I've been live for 3 hours, so 47 hours. And that's not including the amount of time that I've been playing in Photoshop to figure her out. Okay, I have matte medium. Gloss medium, yeah. That maths, yeah. I did maths. Be proud. So we're just going to add in. Do I have to pop this? I've never opened this before. Because normally I don't want matte medium. Or moreover, I normally don't want gloss medium. I normally want matte mediums. So we're going to take some of this. We're going to bring in some of this glossy medium. Is that a lot? I don't actually know. I work on a lot of big projects. So, like, you know, I'm taking a few hours or quite a number of hours to work on. It's not excessive, yeah. Like, okay. Just making them a little bit shiny. Yeah, it's a competition piece. I am painting for the Crystal Brush, not Crystal Brush, it's at the same place that has Crystal Brush. It is for Resin Beast competition, which is for Creature Caster. I do if you're at all familiar with the things that I do a lot of bigger minis, not so miniatures. Yeah, I like the glossy claws. It gives an interesting effect to that. So now we're gonna take off the other wing. Come here, lady. So while we have it, we're just gonna pick up. Oh, thank you, Sheepish. Oh yeah, well that's why I call them not so miniatures. Cause they're not really that many. But like Maldrakar and what I have over here is Caladrax. Like those are big creatures. Like I don't know if you guys saw this one earlier, but like that's Caladrax. He's my big dragon that I get to work on. And even then, I really think Maldrakar is probably a little bit more Megature! Yeah, bigatures. I also heard that phrase from the different large models that they created for Lord of the Rings. They also called those bigatures. I know, Caladrax is ridiculous, but I love him. And like, I have a lazy Susan just for painting him. I actually don't think that that's a claw, but it is now. Oh yeah, no, they look I love those. It made me want to get into set creation and painting, but that never really happened for me. There we go. Okay, so those claws have been painted in, so now it's just the skin tone. Alright, I think I went over it all in like this. The Cannabric blue, just to kind of start like just lightening it up a little bit with this richer blue. And like, I'm still like really unsure of what I'm gonna do with her base. Highlighting on all the blue flesh. Yeah, it takes time. It takes so much time that other things make me concerned when they don't take as much time. I'm like, should I be spending longer at this? you. Just dry brush. Oh god. Well, it works. Yeah, no, learning brush control is by far the best thing you could possibly work towards. And that is one of those things that did take me some time to get good at. Okay, but so let me just bring this out here, because I do something as well that I view as kind of being akin to dry brushing, in a sense of using what you're kind of used to doing with dry brushing on this model, and I'm doing it actually right now. Where this is some intense painting music. Yeah, it keeps me going, man. And it's where I will use like the side of my brush to just touch on the tips. Like, I will flick my brush. It's not dry or anything, obviously, but I'll just flick it over the edges or over ridges, and it will only go onto the top part of where you're painting. Because it's a similar to dry brush, as long as you're not like overloading your brush. And it allows me to quickly see where there might be details that I did not notice before. It also adds an interesting like bit of stretching pattern, just because that's how the skin is already. Edge leaning. Oh, is that what that's called? I had no idea. But I do that with a good amount of my work. I will flick it in, which is essentially what I do with dry brushing. So, just with a lot more of a drier brush. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying dry brushing is crap. I was just wanting to bring up the fact, like, I do that, which is very similar to how I do dry brushing. So. Alright, Coaster, good night! Yeah, and it helps pinpoint, like, oh, there is a small little rise right here. So let me, like, I've gone over it, but let me just then, like, go back over it with the darker color to really, really help, like, make that even more noticeable. I'll probably start off on Calidrax with this brush, which is a size 2. And, then yeah. Because right now he's base tone, so it's a lot more like I gotta do the details, so I need to do it on a detail scale of detail brushing. Oh, I'm gonna follow you. Oh, what is that? You're cute. No, wait. What little cute? What are you? Little pill-shaped robot from Thingiverse. Oh my god, that little robot from Thingiverse is so cute! Oh, he's adorable. But I actually, this is one of my Winsor Newtons, and I have like one other that hasn't been used yet, and these are like I cherish these, and so I brought it out for the competition. For this competition piece, I brought out this Series 7, which was a gift from my brother because he's amazing. Welcome to the chat room. Well, welcome to the chat. All right, let's see this. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm liking his rib cage. Yeah, they found a way to block it all. And they also took it off of Twitch Prime to remove the, like, that it blocked the ads. So, if I'm going to somebody new, I'll just open it up in another tab and, like, have it muted. And then come back to it. Like, yeah, no, I'll just... Cord super detail miniatures? Which ones are those, Ghosted? Oh, that's interesting. Where was I just pick? There it is. It's just like my mind momentarily forgot where I was picking things up. No, I have bent brushes. My good brushes are the bent brushes from Princeton, my my Series 7 Winsor Newtons, and my Longwick Bombwicks. They're the red-handled ones. I don't have anything else other than those. I have a whole bunch of other ones, but those are all like really crap brushes that I use for like stippling and mixing and huge base covers over large models. Yeah, I'm not really too sure about the Artist Opus. And I'm just like, I'm really happy with slow fuse. Like, I really, really love slow fuse brushes. I love the long wicks. They are, and like, even in a lot of cases, I prefer them over my Winsor Newtons. Just in specific areas, I prefer them over these ones. Just because the long wick allows for more moisture to be held in the brush barrel. so paints don't dry out nearly as fast, unlike these much shorter bristles. But also, like, having a shorter bristle means I have a bit more control over where the paint gets applied. So I know I really want Rosemary's. I really do, but they don't get sold here. Wintertide. I can't really stay and be chatty. I want to say I love you. I love you too. I love you too, Winter. You're the best. Technical question. How watered down do you need to paint for a good coat? So I don't actually water down my paints that much. T-Bone, my system is my brush has to be wet. So I'll dip my paintbrush into the water. Just lightly. Usually lick off any excessive amounts because that is just, I'm a brush licker and I'm sorry. And then I will apply that brush to my paint. So the amount of water that's in my brush barrel is the amount of water that gets mixed into my paint. And that is what I do for the majority of my paint colors. I don't go much more than that because I don't want it to bead on the miniature, especially for a base coat. Because sometimes, even on base coats over top of primer, the paint doesn't want to stick completely if you have it watered down too much. So, tasty paint. Yes, well, I only ever put my paintbrush in my mouth when there's no paint on the brush. Because, oh god, does scale 75 paint taste disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely incredibly foul. And it all also depends on what kind of paint you're using, because scale 75 is very, very smooth. It is a very high pigmented, smooth paint. So it allows me to do that. I've never used Citadel before, so I can't really tell you how those ones work in terms of like how much you have to water those down. But I've been able to do this with scale 75 and with some Vallejo. But more often than not, that system seems to work across all of it. Yeah, Vallejo model color, then yeah, you'd be fine. I tend to add like a little bit more water into it, but I never will take water on my palette, drop a giant blob of water on it, and then go like that. So it does work for Shoshi. Shoshi does that, and so do a bunch of other people, but for me, it doesn't, because I like to keep what's on my paint palette to be as pure as it is. Bought an orange scale 75. What? And so it just... And like sometimes, like even when I do that, it'll still like feel a little bit too dry. And if I notice that it's getting a little bit streaky and not like applying very smoothly, I'll just put my paintbrush back in the water and then apply it into my paint that I have and go from there. Yep. Because what you want to have is unless you are like going for the brush, like dry brush effect, you want to make sure that your paintbrush is like just smoothly going over the surface. If it starts catching, that's when it's you know it's a little bit dry. I hope that makes sense. And you might see me going through here with some darker blue, and this is like the really dark tone of the skin. And it's basically to help kind of create layering effects and also to blend in a little bit better. Okay. Just wiggle these into those areas. One technique that I'm really curious about learning is loaded brush. Like, you have all these other colors apparently on your paintbrush. And from there, I don't know. So that I'm relatively curious about how loaded brush works. Oh no, no, no. Have you, she has blue skin. She has no realism here. Yeah, I really need to buy myself a new set of slow fuse. She sees the future here, yeah. Chicken foot! Because I was purposefully very rough with my long wicks. Just to see how well they held up against being treated roughly. Just for other people to know. And they stood up very, very well to my treating them rough, and that's kind of like led to, oh, I should be nice to it. No, I'm putting it up for the night. Yeah. Sometimes it's good just to stop and like sit back, view your model from a different angle, or even just have it in an area where you can ponder it for a few hours. Pray for the country shutting down. I'm so concerned about my other country that it's just like 2 out of my 3 countries are kind of going to shit. That I'm concerned about how they're going to be, but can only hope that my family over there will be fine. The hands are beginning to look. I'm really beginning to be happy with how these ones are just beginning to like really come together. I'm just going to finish up these fingertips here. Yeah, me too. If you have any kind of like, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be Photoshop, but even like GIMP or any program where you can basically do a layer, a slightly transparent layer over top. If you have Photoshop, you can do the color replacement tool. And that's how I've gone through and kind of figured out how I want to do certain areas. Because what I've also done is like done that, and then I've color shifted that layer to maybe see if there's another color scheme that would fit it a bit better. And also, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but on Sunday I'm going to be doing another bonus stream with GamerDad, and we're going to be continuing on our gunpla and painting it. Well, I'm going to be painting mine. He might just be building another one. But either way, more gunpla Sunday evening. Maha's probably going to have a bit of alcohol in her, so it's going to be fun times. Wait, it's snowing in England right now? I didn't think England got snow. Oh, okay. Yeah, the earliest I've ever been to England is like early March. Marlo Seinfeld, thank you so much for that follow. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I probably said your name wrong, and for that I do apologize. But either way, I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Oh yeah, no, I'm not I'm not working on Lord of Change. I know a lot of people do think that. I hope that doesn't mean that you're gonna leave. because that would make me very sad. But nope. I'm working on a creature caster model. It's a competition piece. No! So sad. There's a lot of GW models that I would love to paint. They're just really expensive. But I really like Magnus and Lord of Change are up there on that list of like, oh, that would be so cool to paint. Because I also really like painting feathers. So that kind of adds to it. All right. Yeah. From what I can see, I thought Magnus was like $100 something odd dollars. I haven't really looked at him recently, but I thought Magnus was 100 or so. Yes, Ghosted Wolf. I will paint it for a discounted price because I kind of view it as like, I really want to paint it. So, just so I can say that I painted it. Let's see here. Let's get these skin things there. Okay. So there is the skin tones. I know. I would love to paint a Magnus so very much. But there we go with the skin tones on the top of those hands there. With the black claws. Yeah, see, and this, she was $65, I think. So like, there's the price difference. When they hit retail, who is this? I already have, I have him coming. Yeah, I backed Rob Jedi, I backed Bones for. Definitely getting that one. He's on, I'll tell you what, I'll have him for someday. Okay, sounds good. I will accept that. Cause oh my god, Magnus, I love him so much. But yeah, so like, here's his black claws. I'm really happy with those. She still has her eyes up there. What do I think of Mortarion? Morty is cool. The thing is like, what really makes me love Lord of Change and Magnus is, not only their presence of how they look, but, the feathers. Mortarion is very interesting. I've seen so many people paint him, but I don't know how I could paint him to make him look different from what other people have done, because I'm not very big on plague. I apparently paint disgusting well, as seen by Phil. So like, I've painted disgusting, I have. But I don't really view myself as being very good at painting. I don't think I'm very good at painting disgusting. I don't like painting disgusting. Phil turned out pretty well, but either way, I'm getting better at it. But that is the one that I just fabulous Morty. Yeah, I could do that too. Mortarion, yeah, so my husband bought a Celestant Prime. And here I'm just going to be talking. My husband bought a Celestant Prime. And he ended up actually buying 2 of them. And so I'm actually... Yes, his name is Phil. His name is Phil the Filthy. I have funny names. I have names for everyone. She is Minerva, or Minnie. She actually gets a name that's a little bit fitting for her. But... yeah, I love the Lord of Virulence, and I don't know, it's just, Morty, it's just so many people have done him that I don't really know how I would do him differently. And Dr. Phil, yeah. Well, that could work too. But yeah, no, just there's something about the Lord of Change and Magnus that are just like, the feathers are just fantastic, and just their presence, and like I really like Magnus's like hand that's extending out kind of thing. Something about him is just really, really, really cool. I could make a really, really pink and purple Morty. So on her, the only parts that were airbrushed are the undertones of the star wings. I then went over it with some like brush over like just like to get some of these more fine tones, but and like really like specific colorings, but more of that now. Oh, he has a tail? I did not know he has a tail. That's awesome. But yeah, that's the only airbrush. The rest of this has all been hand brushed, including that. But yeah, so Birdman, no. So yeah, that I could always do Morty in my stream colors. Alrighty, badunkadunks. Alright, guys. Enough of me just nabbering away there. I need to get one that is like not my end screen, but another one that's like a little bit more of a close-up on me, just so that I can like talk to you guys. I need to set that up. You need a shallow tail? No, I have not. Shallow hell? No, I have not. But yeah, guys, thank you so very much. Today has been fantastic. I've had such a fun day. Thank you so much for all those raids and hosts and love and follows and subs and everything, because it's been a fantastic day. And you guys, I love you all very, very, very much. I will be back again tomorrow, doing more painting. How about that? So I haven't done this in a while, and so I am going to send us over to Slowfuse Gaming, because he's doing Therapy Thursday. I don't actually know what that is, but Slowfuse just recently joined with Creature Caster, so they are really, really cool and awesome. So we're going to go and host onto him, because that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and screen is so girly, I'm always confused. Yeah, this was from when I did Stardew Valley a lot, so yeah, because it's fun, why not? I haven't changed it in a little while, sorry guys. But yeah, if you haven't hit that follow button or join me in Discord or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the links are in there in the chat. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Okay? Love you!